Hey guys, and welcome to episode 4 of my Let's Play series. Today we're going to be looking at farming in the end. And to that end, I am performing a specific amount of witchcraft here, and I am getting, quite legitimately, farmland blocks. I've got a setup here to increase the speed at which I can do that. And the setup is simply this. Whenever there's a waypoint centered on that pressure pad there. So whenever I teleport to it, I will land on it and activate it. As soon as it activates it, a deadbolt comes in and stops this rune from functioning, so that I can use the hoe on the tab in the middle without it activating the rune. I step off the pad, activate the rune, and voila. And the reason I want farmland blocks is because I'm going to make phase blocks out of them to aid in the construction. So I completed the topsy-turvy excavation and started putting down just random dirt as a placeholder. And I thought about it and went and did some planning. And I realized I'm going to need 4 waterfalls from the non-existent ceiling. One here and one at the corresponding corners. So that would be here, I reckon. Yes. And one over there and one over there. And that will allow every piece of ground in here to be hit by water and thus be active farmland. And so the sugar farm, which I decided to put below, is complete. My next step now will be to plan out and get the water streams running, because I can't put down the farmland whilst it's at risk of decaying into dirt, so there needs to be water in range of it. Okay, I've got the 4 pillars of water in. Now it's time to place the farmland. I'm going to use, because, well, as before, I have huge amounts of obsidian. I'm going to start off using these. And I haven't actually tried this much before, but I'm going to try it with signatureless phase blocks for the bottom one. Actually, no, my instincts advise me against that. I will go and get some cobblestone for the signature. I think for things not involving multiple different signatures, then not using signatures is probably a smart move, just in terms of saving materials. But for this, I think to be on the safe side. Okay, so now we start placing. I'll be very careful when I walk around here. Oops. And of course, if I actually punch an adjacent block, these will all disappear. I should very probably put in a lock block. And so, after a depressingly long amount of work, and emptying an entire stack of iron ore, of which I will need to go and get more because I've run out, I have completed the first floor of 3 of my phase farm. At the moment it does pour water down on poor unsuspecting sugarcane below, but the theory I can now demonstrate to you is that I place seeds, they grow to fruition, just imagine that this happens, and I come back after they've all grown, toggle this phase block here, and pop all the seeds come off. And if they would actually grown, then there would be wheat and everything down below here, and admittedly I do need a better capturing system for the things that drop, but the concept of having such a compact farm of 3 layers of farms in a space of 6, which is maximum space efficiency, is a good one, I feel. So I went and did some mining to fill in the gaps in my treasury, and also got some more blocks. I realized that there was not much light getting to some of the pieces of land, and while I don't think I've got it all perfect, as there are still some areas that aren't growing very well or very quickly, it is considerably better than it was. So with that in mind, I'm going to start work on the next layer. So as you can see, the lower floor is coming along quite nicely now I've lit it properly, and the second one is mostly in position as well. Let's just remove it so we can take a look at below. And I'm going to get rid of this block here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So a lot of time has passed, a few hours. You can see that this field is getting close to being ready to harvest, but it's not quite, because there are still some areas where this has happened, and I believe this is because there's not enough light reaching them. If you look at it from the entrance, you can see it's roughly circular, the two bands there. And if it weren't for these torches there, I get the impression that we'd be seeing mirroring ones as well. So clearly I need to place more light emitting sources in there somehow. The question is, there's enough growth that I think it's worth harvesting. So let's see if we can't crash the server by flipping this block. Magnificent. And let's collect. We do have the slight problem that, you know, there's no way of bringing them into a tray whilst I'm using the lower section as a sugarcane farm. So if I want to keep up with the sugarcaning, then I won't be able to make some sort of nice water funnel system that will collect everything into a basin. But so long as I'm thorough with where I walk, I should be able to collect everything. Sugarcane as well doesn't make it very easy to see where there are things that I've missed, but all in all, the concept is a good one, and I am pleased with it, because I've just gained 2.5 stacks of wheat from a single floor, and once all is well, I will have 3 floors. So we've happened across what has caused that problem with the things not going downstairs. The crops I planted were enough to be a radius away from 1 block of water, but unfortunately the light works differently from the water. The light decreases as it goes out, and so it's looking like in order to have water that fills all of these and light that fills all of these, including these glowstone blocks here, I'm going to have to place them in there as well. So I've happened upon an idea, and I'm going somewhere I haven't been to in a while, the Beta Fort. And I'm going here specifically to my old home, because there's something in the chests here which will serve my purpose perfectly, I hope. This should allow me what I need. Here's hoping. And now to head back. Before we can get going on modifying this, I'm going to need to flip some switches. This is going to be fun. Strange. But yes, you can see them in there. And there's that one as well. Let's go collect some food. So, I've never actually tried this before, but in theory it should work. Well, that part works, at least. Now, because it's on the same signature as the other blocks, the idea is... Well, the hope is that when I toggle this, it'll stop the water pouring down below. And when I do it on the layers above, it will also prevent it from potentially damaging cropland, which would be a catastrophe. Okay. Let's see this at work. Appear. Disappear. And back. And away. So at last we are complete. We've got 3 working bays. Lock blocks and different things to control them. We've got a farm down here for sugarcane. The only thing we don't have are melon farms and pumpkin farms, but I suppose we can tackle that another time. The mass food production thing, which was kind of what I was aiming at getting, is done. Thankfully. So, after 5 or 6 hours of working on this thing, possibly longer, I'm glad to say that that is finished. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope to see you all in a future video. Catch you guys.